Alright, so we're going to play first. This hand definitely looks fine. It needs a Market Festival um, or another black source, but I'm guessing we're going to say that about most hands without Market Festival or two black sources. So we're just hoping to get there. Nylea's Presence also does the job. So we have what, like, we have 2 red sources and 5 black sources. That's 7, and then 4 other outs. So we have 11 outs. So in 3 draw steps, we should get there. In 2 draw steps, we're likely to get there. So I definitely feel okay about this hand. Alright, so we're going to lead with the swamp because we don't need to lead with a forest. Okay, so if we draw a red source at any point in time, we're going to be in good shape. Golden Hind is just what we needed there. We'll see if he kills it, if he can. Everfly Eidolon. So it looks like we have our mono red drafter. I still want to be able to cast stuff ahead of curve. Also, if he wants to commit his entire turn to trading with Nessian Courser, that's okay with me. It's basically a time walk, so it's a 2-for-1 in my favor, I guess. Or if he just wants to bolt it, I guess it also works. So his Scry is going to turn out to be useful. And I have no need to trade here. Nylea's Presence. So that was... exactly what we wanted. Alright, so we can actually attack and then Destructive Revelry. I mean, if he doesn't pump, that's fine. We can always just Revelry at end of turn, and if he does pump, then it's actually just insane for us. So. Alright, no pumps is definitely okay. Something like Thassa's Emissary would make us a lot more afraid. Alright, so we will kill that. Well, that thing is just enormous. We may just want to kill the... We may just want to asphyxiate it here. Does that seem correct, or do we want to just play a giant of either type? I think we just want to play a giant thing. And he just won't be able to block it. Or get in the way of it. Or attack into it. I think he's currently asking himself what I am doing with my life. Which is playing pretty large things on or hopefully ahead of curve. So we could have played the Gluttonous Cyclops here. But I think this is better in this situation. It's obviously really bad when you're behind and pretty good when you're ahead. So the issue would be if he like bounces it and attacks. That would also take his entire turn. Is there a way he could... I'm trying to figure out a way if there's a way he could like make me sack it. Okay, so that's probably what we want to get rid of here. Do we want to just jam this Cyclops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only have 5 mana. That's an issue. Alright, so he's 1 away from monstering this, making it a 6/6. Each opponent and each creature that opponent controls. So this becomes a 5/4 without trample, so Ill-Tempered is definitely scarier. So I am a proponent of killing the scarier thing. It's definitely fine. So I'm sure as he's currently finding out, I just have infinite removal. Any land lets us play Gluttonous Cyclops. Does Market Festival do anything? It's just not the current moment. Theros' Emissary. Alright, so we have to play a creature that hopefully doesn't get killed, or we have to find a way to kill Theros' Emissary. That is a way to kill Theros' Emissary. It's probably a very good way as well, as he's going to assume that we have nothing here. We're just like stuck, and he's going to attack with both. He's going to attack with both, and then we block we bounce Perforos's Emissary and block the Wildfire Cerberus. That's fine. I guess we can play that game too. Although, his trick is a lot cheaper than mine. Alright, I suppose I'm okay trading tricks there. Alright, so obviously we could replay the Golden Hind here, but he would probably just force us to get it killed somehow. So, like, I'm just playing this game. We need more lands, which is weird, because I would actually preferably be flooding at this point. Land. We really needed a land there, but that's also acceptable. So we're going to just Banishing Light his Perforos's Emissary. He is probably very confused at what is going on, as are we. So that was an interesting play there. We could have attacked with Ferrospan Tromper, forcing the double attack, or basically the chump attack, and blocked here. And then erased him, but I just don't think that benefits us. So now we can play Golden Hind. And I still don't feel safe attacking. So we're not going to. So if we read the bone, so it was the same situation there. If we read the bones into a land, then we can also play Golden Hind. So I guess that was like a bad use of my turn, but if we read the bones and we don't hit a land, then we could possibly be in trouble. We're just giving him another turn to top deck and out to whatever we're doing. Alright, so basically what happens is let's see. So if we block here, he has 7 mana. So we're going to block here, he's going to do 2 damage to everything, and we're going to be left with a Centaur, and he's going to be left with a Kraken Butcher. Or we double block, still killing it. No, because he monstresses, that kills that. Okay, so we have to block here. I guess we were safe to double block there, in case he had something even more ridiculous. That's fine. I'm actually interested in raging and attacking. The reason for that is we have like more removal in our deck, believe it or not. And I'm not sure how many more enormous things he has in his. Market Festival is definitely something we're interested in. And this just allows us to get our thing big, while putting him on a clock. No, we'll just go to... Yeah, we'll just go to 11. That makes it a little sketchy with Read the Bones. Ooh, Fall the Hammer. That was gross. So, what is the plan here? So the plan is we have to get to Gluttonous Cyclops somehow. So do we play... So if we Read the Bones, we go to 9. Then we go to 6. I guess it's just something that has to be done. We want neither of those cards. Swamp Bioblight. Well, that's going to be good here. And then hopefully his play is Faragax Giant and nothing else. Actually, that is not the correct way to tap our mana. Three, 4, 5, 6. That definitely seems good. So I want to keep Bioblight up here in case he has like another trick. So we can very easily just play out Stormcaller and then play out Hedonist. That's not an issue. We do have a Bioblight in hand as protection. So do the Skink. I guess he's going to suicide that into us at some point. So, alright. I think we're just straight up blocking. And then he's going to play Coordinated Assault and attempt to blow us out. Fall the Hammer. Does he have another trick is the question. Alright, so... we'll keep Read the Bones on top. Because we already have a lot of card draw, or we know we're drawing into card draw, I'm okay trading here rather than like possibly playing badly into a trick. Neither of those things are things that I want, and both of those things are things that I got anyways. Alright, sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Voyage's End is something I'm worried about here. Okay. I guess this plan is just to attack? Nope. Alright, so my guess is he's in chump mode. That is what it indeed looks like. We're keeping mana up. I mean, obviously we have to keep mana up, but one of the interesting plays is if he like plays a creature and tries to like bounce our Hedonist, we can also always sack it in response. Like if it's a Griptide and we don't want it on the top of our deck. Also, there's no reason to not... Oh, okay. Well, that is a reason to not keep Hedonist back now. More Gluttony. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we can almost get to 7. Not quite. I'm quite sure he is dead. Alright, so... does he have that and the bounce spell? Is he going to let me go to blocks? He is. Alright. There is now no card that can kill me. No reason not to attack. And that should be game. Alright, so that was a little interesting, I guess. So he has that Perforos's Emissary, which is like annoying. Way to the Underworld could be decent against him. Font of Vigor is definitely really good against him. Perforos's Rage, or Pinnacle of Rage. I killed most things in this deck, I believe. It killed the Emissary. It killed 2 Ill-Tempered Cyclopses. Yeah, that card is so good. Chomper's fine. Read the Bones is good. So the trick is, even though we're adding like early game stuff, we don't want to take out early game stuff. So I think the Pinnacle is better than the Rage. And I know that we can win without Mistcutter Hydra, although Mistcutter Hydra is really good. And it possibly has protection from half of his deck, although we don't really know what's in the other half. Asphyxiate just turned out to be a bomb there. Is Griptide something we consider taking out? Is Nessie and Demolock? Demolock may actually be something we consider taking out. We just have the 1, 2, 3, yeah. We have just these finishers, 4 finishers still. With some life gain in the deck. I definitely think that's fine. Because we had a lot of interaction early in the game there. And we still almost, didn't get to it. So this draw is super slow. If it gets there, it gets there. I think we have to mulligan it. Turn 3, Read the Bones on the draw isn't going to be enough. Wow. I guess this hand is basically the same thing, except worse. Except now we have to keep. I guess that's what we're setting ourselves up for. Alright, well, that's not terrible. Land? Of course not. Third land would help us very much. Minotaur Skull Cleaver, just bashing our heads in. Skull cleaving us, so to speak. Classic. Classic not drawing a third land when we need one. So I guess this is why Font of Vigor is not good, because we're now not dead, even when he plays Ill-Tempered Cyclops. Or just the perfect curve. They just always have the perfect curve. Alright. We'd really like to play Market Festival at some point and then just go off, but that seems far away from happening at this juncture. See, he's hitting us for 3 turn. So what exactly is our game plan now? Oh gosh. We can't afford to put 2 counters on it, because then we actually just die. So we have to Read the Bones, and then we take 5 and we die. I guess we're dead? Was the best play to not? I have no idea. Alright, that was bad. Very bad. I'm still guessing we keep it the same. If we draw lands at some point, we should win. We want something extra to do early. Yeah, I think Font is not going to be as good now. Still seems good. I don't know. Yeah, I think this is probably the way to go. Just substitute in the creature on the play. That seems definitely legit. We would love to play first, and this is a hand we will keep. So these are the kinds of things we needed, which is turn 3 Market Festival on the play. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. So we could play a 6/6 on 4, or a 5/4, more realistically. We could play a 6/6 on turn 4 and just race him just all the way. That wouldn't be too bad. So I guess there is still a world in which we would want to Bioblight next turn. So naturally we lead off with the Swamp. Or actually, I probably want to actually see what's going on in the match, so that makes sense. So if you guys are wondering why I have suddenly switched back to this older client, we're not like going way back in the time machine. It's simply that I like this client better. Like, I guess for most of my life I've liked it better. I mean, this is what I'm used to playing. But still, I had to give the other one a try because they had a beta spotlight, which is an event in which they basically force everyone to use the new client, which I don't know if I can say sucked on here, but it was not good. The other client is just not very fun to use or play with. So 6 mana, so we can make a 5/5 or a 5/4. This could just kill him out of nowhere, so we're just going to make a 5/4. That seems reasonable. We can always Pinnacle of Rage. This game may be hard to lose, I'm not sure. So, we saw Hubris. As far as blue cards go, I'm not exactly sure what else we saw. Blade Tusk Boar. Ooh. Ayo, that Pinnacle of Rage, though. Dog, that Pinnacle of Rage. Ah, induces such rage. Yup. All I can say is yup. When it's good, it's really good. When it's not good, it's not very good. I would also be very annoyed if I was the opponent. Like, he had a pretty decent curve out into, like, a decent creature. We're just gonna have a better curve out. Yup. I do want that 6/6 Mistcutter Hydra. Yep. We are going to just force everything into the red zone. Let's take 11 or take 6 and trade. Okay, that's fine. So now we have 9 mana. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 mana. My bad. So we can play both of those things. But first we are off to our attack step, which is a rather good step for us generally. So in Standard, I really like playing Desecration Demon, and in this limited format, I really like playing this 4-mana 6/6. Well, at least so far. This is the first time I played it, and it's been ridiculous, so yes, I did. It looks like I went deep. I don't think our opponent's winning this game, to be fair. There is a play he can make where he, like, ill-tempers, and then... No, never mind, that's not a play he can make. I was going to say he could kill our Swarmborn Giant by, like, attacking, us blocking, forcing him to pump, and then killing it, but then he obviously just dies on the crackback. So I'm not really sure how he lives here. Ah. I see. Well, I guess he was pretty forced into blue red there. Yup, gluttonous Cyclops aggro. I guess that's what happened. So not really sure what to do with this. Eh, maybe. So I guess that's it after that long conversation with my opponent. And it looks like round two is about to start. So lucky for you guys, I will be right back for round two. And I guess I'll just see you then. Although I don't really know why I say lucky for you guys, because you just go to the next video anyways. It's not like you're in my seat and have to like wait around for the round to start. Alright, well, anyways, on to round two.